The soft click of the lock was almost lost amid the steady hum of the ceiling fan. 3:17 in the morning. Perfectly timed for an evening at the bakery. Isla began taking on additional hours a few months back, stating that she needed to save for a down payment on the house. I championed her dreams, yet the quiet in our shared space was increasingly becoming a familiar presence. At first, the changes crept in quietly, almost imperceptibly. A fresh fragrance, an enduring aroma of luxurious cologne that I recognized wasn't mine. Quiet conversations exchanged in soft voices on the secluded back porch. Her smile appeared, somehow transformed. Not as authentic. A persistent discomfort consumed me, growing stronger until one fateful night, slumber slipped through my fingers completely. I cruised by the bakery at 2 a.m. Shadows loomed, a void surrounded me, and a tightness gripped my insides. This evening, I pretended to be asleep, my body tense and wound up like a tightly coiled spring. Isla settled next to me, the comforting sound of her fabric shifting accompanied by a gentle exhale. She carried a subtle scent of cigarettes, a relic from a habit she had abandoned long ago. And that cologne, it had intensified now. I lingered until her breaths grew slow and steady, then leaned in and softly murmured in her ear, "He wears sandalwood, doesn't he?" Her body tensed, a sudden convulsion accompanied by a strangled breath. She shot up, her eyes filled with fear, looking at me as though I were a specter. "Elias, you were awake." The facade of purity shattered. "Thyla," I said, my voice a hushed whisper. "Who is he?" Emotion filled her gaze. Deceit flowed from her mouth, awkward and lacking in persuasion. A colleague, merely a friend. Nothing transpired, yet the guilt emanating from her was unmistakable. "Do not insult me," I stated, rising from the bed and illuminating the room with the lamp. The stark illumination revealed the fissures in our meticulously crafted existence. I can sense the deception. I deserve honesty. The revelation, when it ultimately emerged, was a sharp fragment of treachery. Ethan was his name, the one who ran the bakery. It all began innocently enough with late-night chats while wrapping up the day's work, followed by secret kisses in the storeroom, which soon led to hidden rendezvous in budget motels. Every word struck me like a relentless hammer, pounding against my heart. I remained silent, devoid of anger, as a serene stillness enveloped me. "Gather your belongings," I urged, my tone empty. "Depart." The upcoming weeks passed in a haze. The divorce proceedings unfolded with an unexpected sense of harmony. Tyler appeared to be relieved, even somewhat enthusiastic, about signing the papers. The house remains, its walls adorned with memories that linger like delicate cobwebs. I immersed myself in my tasks, the diversion a soothing balm for my mind. Yet the wound grew infected, and I couldn't escape the vision of them entwined. Their secret moments, their shared laughter. I sought resolution, not for her sake, but for my own peace of mind. I began with a gentle approach, departing for work a bit earlier than usual, inadvertently encountering Ethan outside the bakery, where we exchanged a few strained niceties. I observed his patterns, his rituals. He resided in a modest apartment above a laundromat, navigated the streets in a worn-out Honda Civic, and often found himself at a dive bar every Thursday night. Subsequently, I took it to the next level. I dispatched veiled messages to Skylar, enigmatic notes suggesting Ethan's unfaithfulness, sowing uncertainty in her blissful existence. I understood the harshness of it, yet the resentment within me served as a powerful motivator. The peak of the story unfolded on a Thursday evening. I trailed behind Ethan to the bar, observing him sip his beer while his phone vibrated incessantly with Skylar's growingly urgent messages. He appeared unsettled, the self-assured demeanor he displayed in the bakery now giving way to a twitch of anxiety in his gaze. I entered the room and took a seat next to him. He leaped, causing his beer to spill. "Elias, what brings you here?" I smiled, a gradual, cunning grin. "Ethan," I said, my voice sharp and cold, "we need to discuss Skylar." I meticulously detailed everything. The anonymous messages, the false evidence I had crafted, the intricate tapestry of deceit aimed at exposing their delicate relationship. His complexion faded, and his gaze flitted around the bar, seeking a way out. She's out of her mind, he stuttered. She's been tormenting me. Oh, I understand, I replied, leaning in, my voice a husky murmur. And she's bound to become even more unpredictable. I abandoned him in that desolate place, a shattered soul, suffocating amidst the ruins of his deceit. The following day, I cruised by the bakery. A help-wanted sign was hung in the window. Skylar's vehicle had vanished. A spark of contentment ignited within me, a brief moment of triumph. Yet it felt empty. The retribution, the meticulously planned unraveling of their relationship, had not satisfied the emptiness within my soul. It had merely expanded it. I drove home, the stillness in the car overwhelming. The house seemed more desolate than it ever had before. The specter of Skylar's laughter lingered in the corridor, a poignant reminder of our loss. I came to understand that genuine revenge wasn't about their destruction. I was in the process of reconstructing my identity. It was a journey of progression, embracing tranquility, and bidding farewell to the specters of yesteryears. The journey to recovery would be lengthy and challenging. As I lingered in the vacant house, the waning sun stretched its rays into elongated shadows on the floor. A realization washed over me. I was finally liberated. The discomfort lingered, a persistent throb in my chest, yet it was bearable. I had endured the tempest. In the stillness that followed, I discovered a flicker of hope, a delicate assurance of a fresh start.